Hello, hello. Am I live? Can you hear me? Can you see me? I'm still preening. Um, Hi everyone. Everyone's saying where they're from. That's so cute. Copenhagen, Orlando, Illinois. I'm having technical problems. I was having hair problems. Hi everyone. I'm here. Hello. Happy November. It's great to see you all. Great to be connecting live and for a YouTube premiere. Hey, superstar. Hi, Melisha. So I just did my hair. I used the those Conair hot sticks. Have you guys ever used those? I don't use them a lot, but I've been kind of digging them lately. And can you see my purple eyeshadow? Can we see it? So hi everyone. I got a little bit dressed up. My Glamour dress, because we're going to be talking about fancy masks today, and the new Patreon project, which is also pretty fancy. Um, so yeah, very excited to connect with you, excited for it to be November. I don't know where the months are going, but here we are. So we are celebrating a new Patreon release, which we announced yesterday, which is a project called the Sweetheart Slip. So you guys have been asking me for lingerie projects for years now. And I've been wanting to do a slip pattern, a half slip pattern, and do it really well was kind of what I was thinking. I had an old half slip tutorial on my old blog, but it was kind of like just cut a long rectangle, and it wasn't really in depth, and I wanted to provide you guys with a pattern that was like cut on the bias and beautifully fitted and comes in our full range of sizes 2 through 20, and give you some really nice couture high-end lingerie sewing techniques. So that's what we did with the Sweetheart Slip. And also it was kind of came up with it when I was working on the Stanwyck dress, which is a pencil skirt dress. And I was thinking about how I hate to line the skirts of my dresses. And I've been thinking about this for a while. I never like to do it. I put it off, or I'll just be like, oh, I'm going to wear a petticoat anyway, or I'm going to wear a slip anyway. And I've always felt a little bit guilty about it, like I'm lazy or something. But the more I thought about it, it's, what we do here and in Charm Patterns on Patreon is like vintage inspired sewing. And vintage dresses were like hardly ever lined. It's just, even if they were sheer, they just were not lined because you were expected to wear a slip under everything. And it kind of makes a lot of sense if you think about it, because if you line every dress you make, you're having to buy extra fabric, you're having to spend extra time to make it. And just the money, time, fabric, everything involved in it's like a little redundant. It's like, why not just have a few slips that you switch out between your dresses? So yeah, like line your bodice like we did in the Stanwyck skirt, and then make a few really pretty slips, like pencil skirt slips, that you can switch out between your dresses. So here's the first sample I made. Oh, it's messing with my light. You guys know I hate that. This is in a really pretty silk charmeuse. It's a color called Sunny Lime. And then I did this Chantilly lace trim down here. And then it has a picot edge elastic waist. Can you guys see? So there's one of the samples I made. And then here's the one I made on camera. This beautiful like electric blue turquoise color. And then I did the lace in this really pretty, like someone called it a cafe au lait color, which I really liked. Just a very like pale champagne-y beige color. And I matched the elastic of the waistband to the lace. And then I also did one in, this is actually a 4-ply crepe silk, which is a really beautiful expensive fabric that I've had in my stash forever. And if you don't like shiny fabrics, crepes are really nice because they're matte. And then this one I did like a really wide black lace trim. And I did a double row of stitching. I talk about that a little bit on video. So I stitched along the upper edge, and then I did another row of stitching below that, following the motifs down there. So it kind of gives you a double effect. Yeah, so that's really fun. And then this one has a black elastic waistband. So yeah, I'm gonna in the video, if you join Patreon, join at the $7 level and you will get the pattern. And then you'll also get a video showing you step by step, start to finish, how to make the slip. And I like this project because it does give you a lot of techniques, like how to work with slippery fabrics like charmeuse, how to cut things on the bias, how to do French seams, how to applique the lace, how to do the picot edge waist. There's just like a lot of fun lingerie techniques in there. So I think it's a great like starter lingerie project. And if you guys respond well to this, we can always do more lingerie. I'm already thinking it would be fun to do a full slip. So fun, fun, fun. So that's the Patreon project. And then at 5:30 today, which is in 20 minutes, we are going to be watching the premiere of the new YouTube project, which is called the Glamour Mask. And this project has been percolating for a long time. Obviously, we have been living with wearing masks for a really long time. And I remember when the pandemic first started, everyone was asking me to do a mask pattern and a mask tutorial. And at the time, I thought, but there's like a million coming up on YouTube every day. Like, I don't really know what I could add to this conversation. And then as the months have gone by, and I think our relationship with masks have certainly changed. At the beginning, I know, well, I won't get into how the pandemic has been handled here in the US, but there's been a lot of change in the way we have related to masks. And now I think we just think of it as part of our daily lives. And I think that's a great thing. And we also recognize that they're not going anywhere anytime soon. And life is going on in some ways. People are having, weddings, elopements, small special occasions. And, you don't necessarily want to be wearing something that looks surgical for those. And so the first inkling I had of doing this project was I had a dream, like an actual dream. This was sort of like over the summer. It was in June, I remember, because I went back and looked at my notes from this period. And I had a dream. I took a nap and I had a dream that I was wearing a mask that had a veil over it, like a millinery veil. And I woke up and I was like, oh, that's so beautiful. I was like, we should do that. And then I just kind of like let it go. And then I've been seeing like lace masks cropping up from like bridal dress designers and lingerie designers. And then recently, Dita Von Teese released a lace mask, and it was so pretty. And I tried to buy one. So I love everything that Dita does, you guys know. And they sold out so quickly, like within half an hour, you could not get this lace mask. And I was looking at the comments on her post, and people were talking about sewing their own mask and like, could you sew your own lace mask? And one person said, well, it should be easy, just like sewing a bra. And I was like, oh, girl. Bras aren't that hard, but they're not, I wouldn't call them like easy sewing. So I was thinking about how, if people want to make this kind of mask, like for a special occasion, they're going to encounter some problems with the construction. Like, it's not just like sewing a regular mask. And then I thought like, oh, this is what I can offer people when it comes to masks. Like, I can tell you how to work with a sheer overlay that has an exposed edge at the top, because it's not the same steps. And so a few things. Like, it was really important to me that it had all the layers that are recommended for homemade masks. So 2 layers of woven fabric, 1 layer of non-woven interfacing to filter, and then it had like a decorative layer on top. So think of it as a homemade mask with all of the features that are recommended with a beautiful overlay. Okay. So, and I will just say, like, for some reason, masks are very divisive. The subject gets people going in either direction. And guys, like, tomorrow is election day here in the US. Like, let's just be chill about this, okay? Like, if you don't like the project, that's fine. If you don't like it because it for whatever reason, you don't have to make it. Just scroll past. It's fine. But a lot of you seem to like it, and I'm happy to hear that. So let me just show you the examples of what I'm going to be making in the premiere today. Okay. So a la Dita, one of the first samples I made was a lace, a scalloped edge lace mask. So let me just like lean towards the camera here. It has chantilly lace over the top of the mask. It has a nose wire. It has elastic loops. And I mean, the feature of it is that the scalloped edge of the lace is positioned underneath the eye. So you have like a straight edge that's exposed and it goes underneath your eyes. So this one I did, and if you want to do something that's like burlesque, lingerie, boudoir inspired, this is like the colors you want to go with, like black lace, and then match your skin tone on the underlay fabrics so that it gives like a nude illusion. So yeah, it came out really pretty. And I did want, and then I was also thinking, okay, but lace doesn't necessarily have to mean the bedroom, right? It could mean bridal or special occasion. So I got some really pretty bridal chantilly lace. And I really loved conceiving this one because I was thinking of this lace as being like, maybe it came from your grandmother's veil, or you have some special piece of heirloom lace in your family and you want to make a mask out of it for a really unique 2020 wedding accoutrement. So I did this ivory bridal chantilly lace. It has the little eyelashes as well. And this one has a lavender underlay, which I was thinking too, like, you know, if you were doing lavender floral, or, you know, you had a lavender sash or something for your wedding dress, this would be really pretty. And for this one also, I used a skin tone lining, and that's something I would really recommend even in something like this, where the outside overlay fabric, it's really the underlay. Sorry, guys. Don't let me get myself confused. I would recommend that the layer that's closest to your face, if you can match it to your skin tone, that's going to be really good in the long run, because if you're wearing foundation, which, like, if it's your wedding day, you're going to be, and if it rubs off against your mask and then you take your mask off, it won't like look really embarrassing because it has all those foundation stains on it. So that's another lace one I made. Okay, and then I made my veil dream come true with, and when I was thinking about this, I was thinking about like millinery techniques. I've taken some millinery classes, and I wanted to work with millinery veiling, also called French veiling, which usually comes in 9-inch widths. And it's this really beautiful net. It comes in a lot of different colors, so you could play around with this too. And I glued little rhinestones on this one, so you can have fun with that. Just like apply, I mean, guys, talk about a good time, for me anyway, applying rhinestones to this. So much fun. So this one has the nude underlay, and then it has this veiling, which is free floating, but it's attached at the side here. And you can see the upper edge of the veiling here is kind of like meant to be like mysterious under the eye. And you can really see, ooh, you can really see the sparkle from the rhinestones here. And it's also free at the lower edge too. So you can kind of move this up and down. So if you're asking about sources for any of this, I do have links in the instructions, and the instructions are free for you to access on the Charm Patterns site. And again, this has 2 layers on the inside. I did a skin tone here, and it has a channel for a nose wire to help it conform here. This is the most 2020 Gertie video I've ever seen. I know, we've gone full 2020. And I made another one. This one I did with like rainbow. Can you guys see this? Rainbow rhinestones. Yes. And this was one of the first prototypes I did. It has blush silk underneath, nude lining. And I did a little more, I did like a taller piece of veiling for this one. So you'll see when I put it on, it has like more veiling that needs to be kind of moved around. So I ended up thinking I didn't want quite as many gathers over here. And the pattern piece that I made eventually is shorter, but you can certainly make the piece taller if you want to have more gathers. It just kind of means you have, it might pop up closer to your eyes like this. So yeah, I mean, these are really fun. I mean, it's like a beautiful, to me, this is like a beautiful, like vintage veil, you know, on a hat, but you know, pandemic style. So yeah, these were really fun to make. I don't know. I just had a lot of fun with it. So here's the other one again. And yeah, it's just, you know, if it's not for you, I totally get it. But I will say, like, this can be something really fun just to kind of feel glamorous while also wearing a mask. So I hope you guys enjoy the tutorial. I'll also say that you can get the pattern pieces on the Charm Patterns site. And so you'll get the pattern piece for this mask underlay. So, and that's just like a regular mask. So if you want to just try out our mask pattern and not put an overlay on it, great, go for it. And then it has another piece for a veil overlay, a pattern piece for the veil overlay. So you know how to cut that. And then there's a third pattern piece for the lace overlay, because the lace piece has a dart in it, right? Because it's important that I didn't want there to be a seam down the center here. So this is cut in one piece, and the scallop has to be cut along a straight edge. And then there's a dart at the bottom to shape it to the chin. So yeah, those are the masks. I mean, I just think they're really fun. And, you know, just like disclaimer again, these are not medical masks. You know, these are not meant to be worn every single day because, you know, they are pretty delicate. You can wash them. You know, I would recommend getting a mesh lingerie bag, putting them on the delicate cycle, and then air drying them. So, you know, just disclaimer, this isn't something that you're going to like annihilate at the highest heat possible and wear into surgery, you know? So yeah, which one do you guys like the best? Jenny says she likes the veiling with the rhinestones. I mean, this is a close second for me. But I think this is my favorite. This one right here. Fabulous doctor. I know. Can you imagine if you like showed up to surgery like this? I'd be like, please sterilize my mask. Scalpel. Yeah, I mean, I hope it's clear why I made this tutorial. It's not for like the most sterile surgical mask. It's obviously not a medical mask, but it does provide you with the recommended 3 layers of protection, which would be 2 layers of woven fabric plus 1 layer of non-woven interfacing. And then it's just like all fabulous on top of that. Ooh la la. Yeah. So fun, fun, fun. Um, yeah. And also I thought, if nothing else, it gives you some ideas for other projects because people always have questions about how to work with lace and stuff like that. So yeah, Gertie Von Teese. um, yeah, so I'm going to remind you guys, I know I said it already, but go to the Charm Pattern site to download. There are 2 files. It's in the pattern section. Click on the design that says Glamour Mask, and it's a picture of me wearing this one. And you're going to download the pattern file, which has the 3 pieces that I mentioned, 3 pattern pieces. And then there's also an instructions file that has the written instructions as well as links to fabric, supplies, rhinestones, veiling, elastic, nose wires, all of that stuff. Yeah, so where do you buy your fabrics? I mean, most of these I bought online. So I think I bought the lace on Etsy, veiling was on Etsy. But I generally buy a lot from New York City stores like B&J Fabrics. Giving everyone more freebies. We don't deserve you. Oh, thanks, Marin. You're sweet. Oh yeah, that's a good point too. And you can wear a surgical mask underneath too if you have like an N95 or like something that you prefer. Wear that underneath, put your fabulous veil on top. B&J Fabrics is the name of the New York store. Yeah, so I don't know. I hope you guys liked it. It was I hope you guys liked the project. It was really fun. It was really fun to do. And I'm excited for you to see the premiere, which is what's happening in 6 minutes now. So why don't we head on over there? And guys, if you've never been to one of my premieres, what's going to happen is we're going to watch the video play for the first time publicly in real time together. And I'm going to be there on chat. So we can be chatting like this. And if you have any questions, just let me know there. And I can give you little behind the scenes about the video, any little tips and tricks I can share there in the chat. So I really hope you guys love this month's project, both of the projects. They were really fun to make, and we've got a lot of exciting stuff in store for you for next month. So don't go anywhere. So go to where are you going to go? You're going to go to my channel and then click on the Glamour Mask video, and then the premiere will start in 5 minutes. All right, everyone. So thanks for joining me for this little catch up, and I will see you in just a few minutes over at the premiere. Mwah! Goodbye.